Right here on camera are some of the members of the Umu-Igbo Alliance, which has its headquarters currently in Chicago, and we'll know a lot more about what has brought these young people together. Nigerians of Igbo extraction who are based here in Chicago, young people who have decided to come together for the sake of their nation, the Igbo nation, which like they've left it all the way back in Nigeria, and you're wondering why are they still bothering about this Igbo nation, sort of thinking about how to be more Americans.
It's okay, Okachuku, just a member of the organization.
Well, member is not just, it's you have to be a committed member to be here.
My name is Ogechuku Ezokole, and I'm just a member as well.
You're a member too?
I'm on the planning committee. We all are. We're all members of the planning committee.
That's right. And you?
My name is Amara Enya, and I'm also on the planning committee, and we're all founding members of the organization as well.
Just what is the Umu-Igbo Alliance all about?
Well, Umu-Igbo Alliance is basically an organization that was founded by Umu-Igbo in Chicago, young adults aged 18 to 35. It was founded out of the need for a vehicle by which we could celebrate our Igbo heritage, our culture, our language, network with each other, strengthen our cultural ties, and also engage in projects and activities that will help Igbo in Nigeria and also those in the United States. So this is a group of young adults who are passionate about our heritage and passionate about our culture, and we want to be able to express that and come together collectively to form an organization to produce one of those things.
Like these things.
Igbo culture seems to be dying. A lot of times we read articles about how the language is being lost. Igbos in Nigeria are now speaking English, and they grow up there not speaking Igbo. We grow up here not speaking. A lot of us don't speak Igbo here either. It's not just about the language, but as a whole. We don't work together. We don't know each other. We want to be able to have a form, like a united community, basically. That's our motivation.
Yeah,
we want to know each other. And we want to,
That's right. Certainly doing this, I know, it's not been so easy, because you just said now that the Igbos in Nigeria don't even speak their language anymore. And now you guys are in Chicago, the heart of North America. So, what are the obstacles? What are the challenges you've had to grapple with in forming this organization?
It's difficult as it is to go to school, work here. So you have all the commitments that are competing with this. So with that, with people being away to school and people doing their work thing, it kind of adds to this tension of trying to grow a community. Just as any startup is really, really hard. We're going through those phases, and we know we're going to get better.
Yes, we'll get down to what you guys are doing now, because I do know that you already have some projects that you're executing, you're pursuing. But talking a little bit more about the organization of this, so how are you guys, using that, like the internet, for instance, using email, using other sources, telephone, text, and everything to get are you guys doing this yet?
Yes, a lot of times since we're in school in different cities, we have teleconference meetings. We communicate via email. We have a listserv, for the planning committee, and then one for the entire organization. And then we're also working on a website right now, so that should be out pretty soon.
Yes.
And we have a Facebook group.
Yes, we do have a lot of people from Igbo land, which is eastern Nigeria, basically, central eastern Nigeria, who are living here and who have been here for many years and who are very active in schools, in social organizations and whatever. What kind of
A lot of assistance. They've helped us, try to raise money, find venues, plan programs. They've even suggested the programs. Like the event we had on Friday, the symposium, was actually, their idea. Then we decided to launch, go with that and launch a series. So we're gonna have more events like there was a symposium, the panel, but I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you worked with the Nigerian youths, like in the academia in Nigeria, for instance, who are in this University of Nigeria and Soka, the Igbo language department, for instance? Have you had any kind of networking with them?
No, but we were trying to do that because we have a health committee. We were trying to link up with some people there in Nigeria right now, students and professionals there, and try to work out, make pamphlets about diseases and try to help them with public health issues. We're in the process of doing that right now, but in a broad sense, no.
Yes, and at the symposium the other day, somebody mentioned something about a project on HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
And immigrants. What's all this? What's this project all about, and what's your involvement in it?
Well, basically, the project is called the Southeastern Nigerian Health Initiative, and it was catalyzed by a need to disseminate pertinent information about HIV/AIDS awareness and prevention in Southeastern Nigeria, particularly in the translating of material that translating into Igbo, so that those who don't speak English, those who don't have access to the cities, can be privy to that information. So we're getting information about prevention just to enlighten and to provide that information that they might not get in the most remote villages in our Igbo. So our role in that is we actually created it as one of our committees in the organization, but we're partnering with some of the other Igbo organizations in Chicago, as well as other organizations who are willing to assist us in providing some of the information that we need, and also assist us in the translating, the designing of the pamphlets, and ultimately that information will be taken over to Nigeria through some of us who are going to be traveling soon, and we'll help to transmit that information there. And hopefully with the assistance of some of the people that we have in the villages who are helping us, we can make sure that information gets out.
Yes. Basically, is there any message that you want to impart to other young people, not necessarily people living in Chicago here, who are of the Igbo extraction?
Well, the main thing that I would want to impart is just, Igbo have so much pride, but as part of that, you kind of have to know what it is you're prideful about. And I would say, especially for those of us living in the United States, the best thing that we have in this country is our culture. And for us to me, the worst thing that could happen is for us to acculturate into America and become Americans by way of the way we speak, the way we dress, the way we eat, the way we interact with each other. So it's important to know, especially at this age, the only thing that we have and that they can take away from us, the Americans and the Westerners and what have you, is our culture and our language, our food, everything about the Igbo. So we have to hold on to that. The only way we can do that is by uniting collectively and actively working to preserve the entire aspects of our culture.
And I will have all of you say something in that regards.
The first thing I want to tell all the Igbo youth, like throughout the nation or wherever, whatever, is to be proud of being African. I feel like right now a lot of the media is making it, there's a negative connotation about being Nigerian right now. I've heard a lot of people like, oh, I'm so ashamed right now of being Nigerian. And I would tell everybody to be proud of who you are. And it's gonna be a struggle to try to learn your culture and meet other Igbos that are motivated to, but stay encouraged, because even though we tried for years to find other Igbos that were interested in their culture, and we finally found them, and now we're working to recruit more and more Igbos and get them interested in their culture. So stay encouraged, be proud of who you are. Similar to what my sister just said, I would also say be proud of your heritage, where you come from, because I've been in many environments where I was the only Igbo person or the only African person, and people ask me so many questions about who I am, where I come from, and all these other things. And when I would tell people, they would be so impressed, because not to say that I'm an expert on Igbo culture, but I have an interest in knowing more about my Igbo heritage. So in talking with people would be very impressed, and they would even like to know more about Africans and foreign Africans. And I feel that people tend to just gloss over what the term means, but identity, it truly makes you who you are. And to not know or to not care just gives a huge void in who you are. And I feel like like my sister and I said, some of us just don't care. Some of us don't want to know. Some of us are just kind of okay with kind of floating through and not really knowing who we are and what we stand for. And I feel like our organization and other similar organizations will put an end to that. I feel that pride is so important in knowing who you are, and it's not enough just to say that I'm Igbo, but you truly need to know what that means, what that is.
Identity is important. Somebody said that if you don't know where you've been, then it's hard to say where you're going. So you gotta kind of have to find the root of who you are. To be proud about something, the Igbo pride that we're talking about doesn't just come and you just be proud. You gotta make the effort to learn, make the effort to find the information, and that's what the organization is here for. To provide the access to the culture and the information to actually see why we should be proud and be who we are.